Hello, everyone. I'm Pei Yuan from York University. I'm also in the team of the organizing the super spreader seminar series. So thanks for the team efforts. And today I will like to present some work for our long mosquito research team. And it is about the predictive modeling and forecasting of the mosquito abundance and the risk of West Nile virus. So this team is under the supervision of Professor Huaiping Zhu, and also with a lot of help for all the LAMPS mosquito teams. And also I want to thank our collaborators from PHAC for Nick and PHOs, and also for Alexander Clems from Pure Public Health, and also for the collaborator from PHO and the 36 HUS. So I will start with the introduction of the West Nile virus and the modeling work of the West Nile virus transmission dynamics, and then goes to our predictive modeling and conclusions. So the West Nile virus was first identified in West Nile province, Uganda in 1937, then first detected in North America in the summer of 1999 in New York, and arrived in Ontario in 2000. Since then, it has become endemic in various regions across Africa, Europe, West Asia, and North America. So the Culex mosquitoes are the primary vector transmitting West Nile virus. The female mosquito acquired the virus by feeding on infected birds, and then the infected mosquitoes then pass the virus to other birds to maintain the transmission cycles. And then they can also transmit the virus to the dead-end hosts, such as horses and other mammals, and also about humans. So for Canada, the first human outbreak occurred in the year of 2002 in Ontario, and it quickly spread to other regions of Canada. From here, we can see that Ontario had a significant outbreaks in 2002 and 2012. But on a national level, 2007 was a peak year with over 2,000 cases. And in total, there are over 52,000 West Nile virus infections in US from 1999 to 2020. And there are over 300 species are tested positive for West Nile virus. And the millions of some birds have been impacted. And the number of American crows dropped by nearly 45% based on a study in 2007. And on the economic side, the West Nile virus-related healthcare expense at Texas in 2012 are estimated to be around 1 billion. That's a lot. And the horse industry also experienced huge economic loss. So the West Nile virus has a significant negative impact on both public health of humans and animals, and also about the economy. So there is a lot of modeling efforts have been made to understand the transmission of West Nile virus. And the first one was published in 2001. And a paper in 2004 found that controlling the mosquito could lower the outbreak risk, but targeting birds might do the opposite. Also, there is a work published in 2010 by Wan and Zhu. They found that the existence of the backward bifurcation, it suggests that the virus to become endemic to an area depends on the initial population size of the vector and host. And there are a lot of other works we didn't show here. There should be a long list. And here, our focus is how we use the surveillance program data to build a model and info on mosquito abundance and predict the human West Nile virus infection risk. And if there is an outbreak in the human population. So I want to introduce a little bit about the mosquito surveillance program in Ontario. So they have been using the CDC light trap for Culex mosquitoes tracking since the West Nile virus hit Ontario in 2001. They typically set these traps from mid-June to early October. Usually it is in week 25 to 39 in Peel region. So Peel region is in here, light pink shaded area. And then right up here, it shows the position of the traps in the Peel region. And also here, this table shows what is the actual trap count data of mosquito looks like. So every week on a specific day, they set up traps and leave them overnight. And the next day, they will collect what they have caught. And after that, they will identify the species, count them, and test for the West Nile virus. So in the right-hand side, this picture shows that our team members are working with the Peel Region Health Unit to learn how to identify the process of the mosquitoes. Here, we present the weekly data on the Culex mosquito counts and the West Nile virus positive mosquito pools and the confirmed human West Nile virus cases. So you can see that some years they are marked by widely spread outbreaks, while others only have few cases. And in some years, there's no human infection cases. This fluctuation is thought due to how weather influences mosquito life cycles and the transmission of West Nile virus. However, the high Culex mosquito counts don't always mean there is an outbreak in human population. Also, we may detect the West Nile virus in the mosquito populations, but with no reported human cases. So this highlights the importance of predictive modeling to focus the potential risk to the human populations. So we propose a hybrid predictive model that integrates the statistical approach and the dynamic modeling approach. So first, we construct a generalized linear model considering the effect of the cumulative temperature and the precipitation on the Culex mosquito trap count data. Then we use a trap count. There's an echo.
Can you mute the microphone in the room, please? Because there's a really bad echo for Pi.
Then we use the trap count to estimate the total number of the Culex mosquito in the whole Peel region. And then we integrate this into our dynamic model. So the right-hand side, this flow chart presents our dynamic model of the West Nile virus transmission. And we consider 3 populations, including Culex mosquitoes, birds, and the human populations. And we adopt the classic SIR structure. And here we consider the biting preference of the mosquitoes towards to the birds and humans, and also including the non-human mammals. So the mortality rate and the biting rate of the Culex mosquitoes depends on the temperature and the precipitations. And we use our model to calibrate the data and to predict the weekly West Nile virus infection risk in the Peel region. Here present our results. So we use the data in year 2002 to calibrate the model, and then use the year 2000. We predict the risk in year 2003 to 2009. So here you can see that the dynamic of infected mosquito populations and also for the human West Nile virus cases predicted by our model display a high correlations with the actual data, which shows in the dot, a solid dot. And also, we know that in the practice, the minimum infection rate is an indicator of the prevalence of the West Nile virus, and is widely used to indicate the human infection risk. But the MIR is only an estimation of the upper bound of possible risk, and there's no available for the threshold of the MIR to predict an outbreak in the human populations. So in our model, we try to define an indicator to indicate if there is an outbreak in the human population. So we try to define RT, which is the instant reproduction number of the model, and also we define an indicator for the human infection risk, the HIR. So we show the result of these two indicators. You can see that the left-hand side is for the result of the HIR indicator. And from this result, it indicate the potential outbreak in 2003 and 2005. And there's no outbreak risk for the year 2008 and 2009, even though we observed the high estimate mosquito abundance. And this result actually accurately predict the West Nile virus outbreak in the human population in this year span from 2003 to 2009. But if you see the right-hand side for the RT, actually it is hard to tell if there is an outbreak because all the RT suppressed the one in all the years. So here we want to mention that for our newly defined HIR indicator, if the maximum of the weekly HIR is greater than 1, then we say there is indicates an outbreak in that year. So now goes to our conclusion. So the weather-based forecasting represents one type of early warning system. So our hybrid model can successfully capture the trend of the human West Nile virus infection in Peel region. And this allows for the development of predictions based on the accurate weather forecasting data. So we also define a new indicator, HIR, as a tool to predict the risk of human West Nile virus outbreak. And this proposed mixed model employed in this study can be adapted to the model other mosquito-borne disease such as Zika, dengue, and the chikungunya. So that's all for my talk today. Thank you for your attention.
But while I think you're still on mute in the room, so maybe that's why we're not hearing anything. But Pi, one question I had is the extent to which your model could allow actual protection or public health measures that people might take to avoid getting bitten by mosquitoes.
You mean from the model, how we define, like, to give some?
Well, some people might put repellent, horses can get vaccinated.
So I think that's a good question. We can leave it for future like study. For in this model here, in this study, we only focus on like how to focus in the if there is an outbreak in the human population, try to use the collected data for the mosquitoes. And yeah, so that's our focus. And I mean, it may be our next step to see if there's other
not like that. So in fact, this kind of forecasting we started in 2010-11 in Ontario. During those periods, usually in the radio, in fact, what's the name of the JTO guy would send reports to the radio, telling people by the forecasting of the next next week you will see more mosquitoes, protect yourself. So this already happened in about 2010, 2011. So using this type of tools, we also use this early work to forecast it. For the 2015, there's an American game in Toronto. In fact, they give us 20,000, ask us to predict where is the hot spot. So this kind of things we started from there, working with me and Pedro.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like to say thank you for everyone who presented today. We learned a lot, and it's very inspiring to see all the great things that everyone here. So let's thank all the speakers, all the presenters, all the chairs.
So we are having the dinner breaks. Also tomorrow in the morning, we started at 8:30. Make sure we can finish before the lunch.
Have a nice dinner, folks. See you tomorrow.
Elaine, come to join us for dinner.
Yeah, you don't want me around the table without a mask.
We look at the